Hey folks, welcome and good morning to TechMech. And in today's chapter, we are going to cover a bit of the constraint. Though there has been a chapter which has been done earlier, but that was a sort of touch up on a very basic level. So we thought that why not to go a bit of more details and a level up. Now, especially for the people who are the new entrants in this industry, let me tell you one very simple fund about the constraint. Constraining is all about creating the main line and creating the switches. Didn't get it right? Yeah, man. Suppose, for example, the high tension posts, the connection comes to your apartment, the transformer is there. From the transformer, the line goes to your individual flat or apartment, wherever it is. And from that box, which is inside your flat or apartment, whatever, in your house, home, that there's another line. There are a few lines which goes inside every individual room. And inside your room, there are switches, plugs and everything. So you see your bulb, your light, or whatever electronic apparatus you're using inside that particular room is being controlled by the switch on and off of that particular switch. Constraining is all about that. If you understand this very basic thing, then I can say that 70% of your constraining understanding is over. The rest 30%, we'll leave it on to our technical explanation, and let's see how things roll. So keep it in mind, constraining is all about creating the main line and the switches. So guys, let's see what's happening. In this file, we have taken a cylinder, a sphere and a cube. Let's make a key in the cylinder and move it to some 25 frames from here to here. While the cylinder is passing by the side of the sphere, it will take the sphere along with it to wherever it is going. You can also do it at 10, you can also do it at 20, but 14 seems to be visually the nearest place for the cylinder to get attached to the sphere. Till 13, this cylinder does not have any relationship with the sphere. So in 14, what we will do, the cylinder being the parent and the sphere being the child, we'll click the parent first and then the child constrain. And here you can see that there's an option of parent constraint. Click on this box. What happens if we don't switch on this maintain offset? You see the center of the sphere and the center of the cylinder gets merged together. So what we will do? We will click this maintain offset. Maintain offset means maintain the distance between what these two shapes have in between them. So you see, here, though the sphere got attached to the cylinder, but they are maintaining their positions. Sphere is not getting inside the cylinder. But now again the problem is from the first to the last, the cylinder or the sphere is getting attached to the cylinder, which we do not want. If you can remember, we want the cylinder to get attached to the sphere or the vice versa from frame number 14. So you see, the moment we did this constraint on the right, if you press key here, there's a new option which is appearing in the channel box, which is called the blend parent. So what is the blend parent? Blend parent is the option which blends the child with the parent. So you see the value of the blend parent is 0 at frame number 13. We'll go here and key selected. So from frame number 1 to frame number 13, the sphere does not have any relationship with the cylinder. But then from 13 to 14, what we do is the value of the blend parent, we make it to 1 and key select. So from 14 to till the last, till wherever the cylinder is animating, this sphere is getting attached to the cylinder and moving as per the parent, that is the cylinder. So what happens eventually? From 1 to 13, the cylinder has no effect on the sphere. From 12 onwards or 13 onwards, the cylinder takes the sphere along with it. Now what I want is 28 to 34 cylinder will come in this position, and on the way it will drop this sphere with the cube. Whether it creates a relationship with the cube or not, that's a different thing. We want the cylinder to drop the sphere somewhere in 42 or 43. So what we will do, as we know, there's a switch on and switch off. So till now the sphere is being switched on with the cylinder. So the switch on is still there and it will attach to the cylinder as long as the switch on option is on. So now what we will do is in 42, the blend parent that is switched on, we will key selected. We'll go to the next frame and we'll make it 0. Key selected. So I have switched off the blend parent of the sphere with the cylinder. So what happens? Till 42, it has a relationship with the cylinder. 43, we switched off the relationship, and now the sphere is independent to move on itself. How? Key. And then from 52, you do something like this. So you see here, till 42, it was attached with the cylinder, and now it goes off. Somewhere at 50, 60 or 58, it will come close to the cube, and then the cube will take the spheres along with it somewhere else. So it comes, it goes off, and it comes to the cube. You want the cube to get attached to the sphere here or some other frame, it's up to you, no problem. So what we'll do is we'll keep it for some time, and what we'll do is from 60 to 70 or somewhere, we'll move the cube here, and we also want the cube to take the sphere along with it. So it starts moving from 60. So what we can do is from 59 to 60, we can attach this sphere with the cube. Earlier, the cylinder was a parent and the sphere was a child. Now we want the cube to be a parent and the sphere to be the child. So you see, the sphere has two parents. One is the cube and one is the cylinder. At 59, we'll select the parent, select the child constraint and parent constraint. Now, there's a change in the channel box which I would like you to have a look. In the channel box, if you see, these parts as usual, they are like that. But if you see down, there are two new options. One is the parent cylinder and one is the parent cube. And you see both the values are 1. That is, both this thing has full control over this sphere. What happens? Now you see here, things are not operating as we want them to do because both the parents have equal effect on the child. So while we are trying to create the effect of one parent on the particular child, we have to either switch it off or on or vice versa. Earlier, this was a cylinder which was having the control. So you see P cylinder 1 W0, whatever it is, this has this 1. What we will do, we will make it to 0 and key it from here. Key selected. Do not press the S and key it. Come here, right click and go to the key selected option. You see here all the time the cylinder is having full control, whereas the cube does not have any control at all on the sphere. Okay, come here, and it goes out. And here, as we know that from 60 onwards, this cube wants to take the sphere along with it. Till 59, the cylinder was having 1 and the cube was having 0. Now we'll key it, as you know, and from where it starts moving from 60. So what we will do, till 59, it will be key selected. This will be key selected. From 59 to 60, what we are going to do is make it 0, that the cylinder, and make the parent to 1. Also at the same time, guys, check out the blend parent. The blend parent is 0. So even if you make it and you change the values and give the full control of the sphere to the cube, but still the sphere will not move because the switch of the sphere has been turned off. So 59, blend parent was 0 because we know that till 59 the sphere was independent and it was roaming on its own will and coming back. But again, from 59 to 60, we are converting it into 1. That is, we are switching on the relationship of the sphere to the cube. Now you see what happens. As usual, cylinder took it for a trip, then it became independent, and now the cylinder is having full control over the sphere. Again, if you want the control to get diverted or get shifted from the cube to the cylinder, then we are going to follow the same thing. The cube is going here and the cube after going here will be coming back to this place, and henceforth the cylinder will be again taking control of the sphere. Till 80, the cube was having control on the sphere. So let's click on the sphere and check out the options. blend parent is 1, okay. Cylinder control was 0 and cube control is 1. From 80 to 81, let the blend parent be 1, because anyway we are not making the sphere independent of either the cylinder nor the cube. So the blend parent is 1, and here we'll give the power to the cylinder full and the power of the cube will be 0. And as usual, key selected. What happens? Comes here. Now if you see, at any given point of time, if I move the cylinder from here to somewhere else, the sphere will be coming along with it. Please pay attention towards two different options. One is the blend parent and another one is the controller of this constraint. Now create a cone. So now if after 96 we want a new object to take control over this sphere, and what we'll do is from 100 to maybe 120 or something, we'll move it somewhere here so that we can see it is passing by the side, and we want the cylinder to take the sphere along with it, then definitely we have to create some sort of relationship between the sphere and the cone, because without the relationship it cannot take it. We are going to somewhere create a relationship between these two. So these being the parent and this being the child. Constraint, parent constraint. There's a new parent which has taken over the control of this child. If you carefully notice, the sphere earlier was being attached to the cylinder, but now since this parent is also there, it also has some formidable amount of effect on the sphere, and hence the sphere is not able to get attached to the cylinder as a child as it used to do earlier. The problem is here, you see here, cylinder, cube and cone. From the very beginning, the cone effect is 1. So at any given point of time, the cone also has some effect on it. So what we're going to do now is switch off the effect of the cone and key it. You see, the distance between the sphere and the cylinder in between were being separated a bit, but now they're attached again. Again it goes. And then we want to take control from, say for example, 106 is fine. So come here, key this thing, key selected. This also for the purpose of our convenience will key selected, though we are not switching off the switch of the blend parent to 0 at any given point of time. But now you see here, the cylinder has full effect on the sphere. Neither the cube nor the cone has any control over it. Then we'll go to the next frame and then we'll make the effect of the cylinder 0. Cube was already 0 and the cone we will turn it to 1. So guys, now you see what happens. Again, if you want the sphere to be independent, then what you do is somewhere you come over here, make it all 0, or even if you keep it to 1, that hardly matters, key selected, and then here also you get key selected and here you get 0. And then from here to here you take it to anywhere you want. So you see guys, the switch is always on the child. Now there are two types of switches. One is how long or how effectively it will get attached to the parent, and also which parent it will get attached to at any given point of time. Now suppose we give the blend parent here the value of 0.5. What happens you see here? So if you give it a value of 0.5, till here the sphere is getting attached or is remaining attached to the cone to the value of 0.5, that is half. Though it is independent, but there is some sort of attachment with this cone or the parent. And then again the attachment, you can see the more I'm going here from 0.5 to the less, the value of attachment is there, and you make it to 0 again. Then you see how the distance is changing when we are changing the value. See, it's 5, right? Go to the next frame, 0.448, next frame 0.342, and as it is going away and as we have made it 0 in this part, the attachment is reducing. Similarly, just check out this place, frame number 133. The attachment we made it 0.5, right? Just check here and also keep an eye on this sphere here. Now the moment we make it to 0, the distance between these two increases. That is, the attachment which we had made it to 0.5 now increased. That is, there's no attachment with this cone at all. The attachment here in 125 was 100% and attachment here at 106 was 0. So now the sphere is totally independent. So guys, again, there are two types of switches which are being created on the sphere. That is the blend parent, and another one is these. These are the main switch. You can say, for example, this is the switch which is there inside each and every room of your apartment, and this is the main switch. One main switch is there, whenever you trip your power or something happens, the switch trips, and then all the power inside the room gets cuts off. This is something like that. So next we will continue with the human figure and show how effectively we can use this constraint in our animation. So how was that? So guys, stay tuned for the next chapter where we are going to go a bit more details into the constraining part. So for the time being, see you from TechMech. Bye.